What's going on?
Hello and welcome back to an all-new Zompire podcast. We got Charles Lawson with us, Aaron Carlson, Steve Eaton, Patio Furniture, Michelle of the Dead, and me, Vlad the Rad.
That's quite an awesome group of people right there, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't know if I can contain myself. I might lose it.
Oh, don't lose it. Don't lose it on the air. Remember what happened last time. What happened last time. We don't want to go there again.
We never do. I don't remember what that something is, but I'm pretty sure that we don't want to go back there again.
Pretty sure it had something to do with kicking Chucky. Not you, Charles. Chucky. Yeah. Chucky from Child's Play. Charles, you know I don't call you Chuck ever anyway, so I have never called you Chuck.
You know what's the best thing ever? Right before you sent us backstage and the show started, I had Steve on my screen, and he was up.
I saw that too. He's like,
I know. I was like waiting till the last minute. Kyra's like, my wife is like, yeah, I'm gonna get food ready. I'll microwave it right now. I'm like, I have 3 minutes.
And that's why we call him Steve Eaton, because he's eating his dinner on the air.
Well, that's what I do.
We should have screenshot that and opened the show with it.
That's hilarious.
It was so good. It's perfect.
Did everybody have a good Monday?
I had a great Monday.
No, I think so. I'm in a hotel tonight, as I was talking about earlier, and I think I've got the chair from the fucking second Conjuring movie in my room. It's stained. It's
go sit in it.
You're about to have.
I ain't sitting in that fucking. I'm gonna put it in the fucking hallway before I go to bed.
I would totally sit in that chair, but that's me.
But you're not there.
That's true. Wow. Yeah, I'm not in his hotel. You're absolutely correct.
Can you, Charles? Can you like set up a camera and possibly record some awesome happenings that are going to happen tonight?
I don't know. I've got an iPad.
Nobody needs to see that.
I've got this iPad. I've got a few things I could go with.
No, I don't.
No, we don't. We don't want to see that.
Yeah, Michelle and Steve and I concur. We don't want to know what goes on in your fucking.
Vlad might want to see that.
It'll just be on the. Maybe I'll lean back so you guys can see if anything happens during the show.
Something.
Yeah, just
like just pops up.
That would be cool. That would be really scary if the chair just like started levitating or something.
And I would just
that'd be pretty awesome.
You fuckers are going to make me get another room.
The one that turned sexual, by the way.
Hey, Bob.
What's up, Bob?
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
So, Vlad, why don't you tell everybody why we're here tonight?
Well, I will. That's what I was planning on doing. And so you said,
but the rest of us wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Well, I thought what we could do is start off with a trailer for Jason Voorhees The Hunt.
Ooh.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
I concur.
It'll give me just a second to get her up.
Well, you can do an introduction while you're getting it rolling.
The chair is levitating.
There we go.
Oh.
What's I want to see Sabrina.
Wait.
Yeah.
How does it look on the screen, okay?
Why is him? You need him.
It's lagging.
On the other side.
Lag. Where'd it go?
It's lagging.
The end is coming, cats. And the enders are going to bring it.
Kill those cats. Body. Is everywhere.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's really not playing very well.
I feel like this is like a throwback. Like this
the
is what
movie
it
is so
like
much
on
better.
Computer in '95.
It is.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Old school.
Well, I guess you can just throw the link up there and people can just click the link.
Now,
Sure.
It's Goosebumps.
I think Vlad disappeared.
Oh. What's happening?
Three.
He's maybe resetting,
like throwing
resetting the
gas.
motor.
He's slapping the side of his computer.
This side.
It's Apple. Just turn it off. Turn it back
Buddy's the
on.
only one that seems to give a shit.
God damn it.
I think it was perfect.
It's
Shit,
fine.
we lost
Ruined
that.
it.
We lost Vlad.
Ruined it, Vlad.
Vlad's gone.
He's embarrassed
even
because he
here to
ruined
talk
it, so he
shit on.
left.
Mhm,
He
mhm.
just dipped on us. He's like, well, that was fun. Deuces.
Because I don't want to deal with the aftermath. He doesn't
Smart
do
man,
any
that
math,
Vlad.
especially aftermath. So
Let's change gear and
Okay.
have either Aaron, Charles, or Steve talk us through what the hunt is and where it fits into the rest of the horrorverse, because the horrorverse fucking rules and everybody needs to know what you guys are doing and what you guys are about and where this movie fits in, because if they don't know, then they're missing out on some of the greatest things that have ever been created.
You're
But-
awesome, Patrick. We love
Absolutely.
you.
Check
Yeah.
him in.
The horrorverse was our way of paying tribute to all these horror icons from
hey, Andrea's
the
here.
day. There's Vlad back. That
Sorry,
was
Andrea!
my internet's
No.
being wonky. Did it play okay?
no, it
No.
played like-
No.
Oh,
But
It lagged so bad it touched you.
Yeah.
we needed an
Aaron
old
actually
priest and a
just
young
ended
priest.
up acting out the whole trailer himself because it was like
okay.
you missed
It was playing
you missed-
fine on my screen, and then
We
it
missed
went
the
out.
miming.
His impression of Jasmine was pretty good, though. It was
always.
Even wigs. It was great.
Yeah. Horrorverse is our way of paying tribute to all those horror icons. That's pretty much it. And we started back in, I don't know, a couple years ago with The Shape and did a little fan film on that one. And it ended up turning it into a feature because we did 2 more shorts, created this monster of a movie, and it ended up doing very well. So
No pun intended, right? Monster of a
Yeah.
movie.
I know.
Uh,
And then we got the idea to just keep it going and see what would happen if Michael and Voorhees hooked up at Crystal Lake. But we wanted to do more than just the Jason and Michael stuff. We wanted to add our own flair, our own storylines, our own characters, original things that we could bring something fresh and new to people. And we were talking about it earlier, Vlad, of staying away from, it's not just a gore fest with these characters, but actually bring some kind of character arcs to everybody. That's including Michael and Jason and soon Freddy. So we didn't know if it would work with the mainstream crowd of fans that love these icons. But so far people have been positive about it.
They've been embracing it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
It's a
So
hit.
it's been fun. It's been fun.
What when you were writing The Hunt, what did you have in mind as far as the characters? And because I know you brought a lot of it kind of started with the horrorverse, and a lot of those characters, not just Jason, but like Tank and all them are coming over into this film, so it's like kind of a transition, right?
Correct. Yeah, we wanted to do like a series, like a TV series, basically, of all this. So we had time to set up some of these characters that you were going to see in the main feature films that came out, but we did those in short form fashion. And when we ended up doing Awake in the Darkness, that was a collaboration between Steve and I on that one, and Samantha. We all wrote that one together, and we ended up feeling really good about that storyline, where it was going. And then I had an idea for The Hunt, which I wanted to make like a Predator, version of Jason for us, because we love that movie. Chuck started writing that one, and then I jumped in and helped him finish that one up. And then we gave it to Steve, and then he ended up polishing everything up at the end. So The Hunt is our way of saying, okay, here's our Jason Voorhees movie. Here's some badasses going after this ultimate predator. Let's see what happens.
That's badass.
Yeah.
The thing about the horrorverse I like too is that every episode kind of, in short version, was a story that came off of another horror movie. Like, for instance, the one with tank that I was on and Michelle worked on. That was I'm trying to remember the name of the damn movie right now.
Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, from Dusk Till Dawn. So it's cool that each episode kind of drew off.
Like
of
there was
those.
like an Evil Dead one. And yeah.
It's cool that they drew that you guys did that, like where you kind of extended the story of something we already knew, introduced new characters, and now you have a full length that has all those same characters in it. I think that's pretty badass.
Well, thank you. I mean, that was the point, guys, right? We wanted to throw in as many of these nostalgic films as we could into a horror verse, which is, our Marvel cinema, basically.
Right.
The cinematic universe for horror icons. And that's what we tried to do with this. And we all had our favorite kind of movies we wanted to pay tribute to. So we just kind of wrote off that and introduced our characters that way. So it was fun. One of my favorites was Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That's one of the episodes we did, and with Raymond Powers episode, that was fun. And we added more things with, gosh, what else did we do that was in there? Oh, that was mixed with Speed. God damn it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. I love that episode too. Like all the cool scenes running through. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say the location. Running through Tacoma and all the cool panning shots you guys did, and I just loved. I don't know. It might be the Tacoma nostalgia for me as well, but I just loved watching those scenes in your Invasion of the Body Snatcher style episode. Just running through downtown Tacoma and just hustling. You got the camera going with them. This is so good. I just absolutely loved it. So
hey, Steven.
Hey, Steve.
Here's some movie magic for you guys that you probably won't recognize. Is I'm background in that episode probably 8 different times in 8 different outfits.
Yeah, pretty much throughout all of them. Yeah.
In the
it's your cameo.
Yeah, I'm background in so many of those. I cut off Raymond when he's trying to run around everybody. I think I'm in the guy's way when he comes running down the stairs. It's just that was Aaron. I'm sorry, Aaron was the one who
I bumped into him. Yeah, I did my M. Night Shyamalan on that one. Yep.
I think I have to watch that episode coming up again because I don't think I noticed that, which is crazy because I watched those episodes quite a bit and I don't think I've noticed that.
Well, it's kind of about the movie magic and how you shoot it, and hopefully it stays out of your eye. The extras are all repeated. Every extra you see is in the same
we had 8 of them, and they're over and over and over again.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. But it made it feel like there was a busy, bustling little location in downtown Tacoma where this was going down. So
that's such a great location to film in. It's got so many iconic buildings, and it's the feel of that area. It was a perfect location for that episode.
Yeah.
Oh, it's super fun filming out in Tacoma anyway.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty laid back down here. We don't really get any pushback when we're out in the streets filming.
No, and at 1 a.m, and there's gunshots in the background, and the cops come to watch us. That was a good time.
They're just seeing
what's going on. Arrested. Good times.
It's fine. I think that cop wanted to be in the movie. So.
Oh yeah, that was Malibu Cop. It was great.
It was Malibu Kent. Yeah, for sure.
He was too pretty. Too pretty, dude.
We're all trying to hide the gun.
His shirt was all tight on his arms.
Well, you gotta.
Way to notice, Michelle.
She knew.
Well, I'm human.
Yeah.
I have eyes.
Yeah, her and Samantha were all over that shit.
Oh man, where is Samantha anyway?
She's at her mom's house tonight.
Oh, damn.
What an excuse.
Yeah. Anyway,
so what is some of if you had to pick, and this is to each of you, your favorite horrorverse episode that you worked on, whether it's the filming of it, the way it turned out, what are your 3 episodes that, stand out to you guys that you enjoyed?
Okay.
We'll start with Aaron.
I'm gonna go with The Hunt. I'm gonna go with the latest one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say we're probably all gonna say The Hunt.
Yeah, more than likely.
But Chuck, sorry, you're out on that one. But but yeah, is there another one besides The Hunt? Even though it's amazing.
Well, maybe let's talk about
the one you guys have made. I don't even remember any other movies that you guys have made. Just The Hunt, right?
Oh, Awake in the Darkness was the last one.
Awaken
I'm just
Darkness.
joking. I'm
Oh,
just
Oh,
joking.
shut up.
You guys have made so much rad shit. Like, why would I think that was the only one you made?
Maybe
No,
we can
there's
talk about
people.
which short is our favorite out of the first
There you
8.
go.
There we go. Let's do that.
Aaron, you first, buddy.
Okay. And I'm not going to be biased here because I'm in one of the shorts. I'm in a couple of them.
Yeah, you are.
You really are.
The one I'm most proud of is the Michael Myers one.
3
Titans.
with
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Yeah, I like Titans a lot. I just think we captured like that cat and mouse kind of feel in that, and we
throw
came
down
back
the house was rad too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun making that and seeing Jasmine stand up to Michael. I absolutely love that, and I knew that was the first time we were going to show something super weird in our horrorverse. When she pulls out the shield thing she's got, like, what the fuck is that? To me, that storyline was
It's only weird if you make it weird.
right.
Well, and that one got me too, because spoiler alert, I guess, for anybody watching who hasn't seen them yet, but like towards the beginning of that episode, going in towards the middle of it, she's playing the I don't know what's happening kind of gig, and then boom, she's like, "Got you, fucker," and I'm like, fuck yeah, I didn't see that coming. I was like, oh, I was like, that got me. That's so good. And a lot of that type of stuff doesn't get me. Like in horror movies, I've seen so many of them, like I can pretty much just tell you what's going to happen in most of them. And that doesn't bother me because I enjoy horror. But that one actually got me. I was like, oh shit, this chick just knows what's going on. She's about to fuck you up, Michael.
Yeah, she was hunting him. I loved that twist from the beginning when we came up with it. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one. That
was so good. That was a really good episode.
Yeah, it's fun. Even Michael was pissed at the end of it. I love it. You just stand there.
I think Michael's just always pissed.
Yeah. I loved it. It was fun. All right, who's next?
All right, Charles, what do you got?
I have to say, surprisingly, no, I'm not going to do the one that I was in. Wait, I was in all of them.
No.
Here we go again.
Oh wait, yeah, you were in that one. You just filmed.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, I have to say, Steve's.
Okay.
I have to say,
Oh, Bullet.
Because it brought Steve out of his hidden shell.
Oh,
Steve
no longer snuffleupagus.
What do you guys think? And I want to do this, but I don't know about this. And by the time we got done with 8, he was like, "Let's fucking go."
Yeah.
His excitement got us all going.
Yeah.
We talked about this last time you guys were on the show. As much as I like the Michael Myers episode that we just talked about, Bullet is fucking so good. I love that character. I love that episode. It was such a good episode. The scene in the attic when he shoots him in the head, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope.
Well, what was really cool was, I think that was like a one where even though I got credit, like we were all just jamming on that one. Like Aaron ended up doing probably or directing half the episode at the end anyway. We kind of all just overlap anyway. But then we also for the opening, like all the action stuff, that was him running around with Chuck and just like jamming out that, and like I got to pretend to be important to tell the actors what to do, and it was a really good time. Yeah, that was fun.
We had fun making that. It was a great episode, Steve. And what was amazing about that one was that's the first time someone actually sat down and storyboarded an entire short film. Okay, that's what Steve did. He sent me these storyboards, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, because I can't do that, but this man can, and he fucking storyboarded the entire short, and I'm like, dude, nice. Let's just release the fucking
release the Steve.
Well, yeah, and it was funny too because it was like laziness on my part. Like where I was like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this right here, and that'll be the end of it. And
Were they stick figures or were they like?
No,
Oh, no.
no. I'll send them to you. I still
it's
have
like-
them. He was going to dump them. I'm like, no, give me that shit. I'll send them to you. You'll shit when you see how good these
I
are.
want to.
You
I
will
want to see those. Those are.
Yeah,
So,
you will shit. It'll bring you right back to the episode, and you're like, "Holy fuck, that's
yeah,
badass."
you don't even need to watch the episode anymore. Just look at the
You
storyboards.
could, yeah, you literally could. It's that close.
It's
Yeah,
rough comic animation. I mean, that's what he said. You know, he's got the rough drawings of each, you know, movement and shot and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's
Dude, that's-
yeah, it was amazing. I never do anything like that when I'm directing an episode. I just have it up
Well,
here.
he's done it.
Like,
He's also done it enough times. Like it takes.
Well,
There's a certain panic. That's how I am anyway. Like I had to draw it all out so that I could make sure I did all this shit. And if I was smarter, I would have had Charles right next to me, just like checking them off because there's a few that still got dropped. But that was me trying to keep my shit together. You know?
you did great.
yeah, no, he's
Emery.
Steve storyboards, and of course, you know, for the Shape Chapter 3, I had a 28-page script and I had an 84-page shot list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you did.
insane.
Give me 1 second to
I don't know how
answer
you-
Steven here. Steve, I had this made. It's a jersey, actually, like a baseball jersey. I had made online and sent to me. However, I am working with my local T-shirt printer to get something very similar printed up. So we will have shirts again here pretty soon. Sorry,
Nice.
Awesome.
got to sell my wares.
do the wares, bro.
That's right.
And for my favorite episode, I'm gonna actually say the first one with Michelle and I think that was the first they were in was number 4.
Yeah,
With the Cunningham County Sheriff. I had so much fun. One, that was the first one I'd gotten to work on set. I did the shield bit for the 3, but I got to actually be on set and help with 4. But like the cinematography, the storytelling, everything just kind of rolled right together. That one's my favorite of the shorts.
that's
That
great.
one was funny to me
Good work.
because Michelle, as long as I've known her for 3, 4, whatever years now, she's always had pink hair. So
Yeah.
seeing her in that wig was just like, what am I
And
looking
it was
at
still
right now?
her. Like
I
that
know.
was the cool part.
I'm just so used to the pink, so it just threw me off.
I know. My face looks way different when I'm blonde. It's weird.
Yeah, it does. But you look.
It's not
really-
a good weird, but it's just weird.
No,
It's everything's a good weird.
no, you look great. You look
Weird is
great
good.
as Doris, and you could. No one else could play Doris but you.
No.
No one could.
Doris is such a ding dong.
But she's not a
Total
ding,
ding dong.
a ding dong. No, she's not. She's like the weight for Cats. You know, the sheriff.
Yeah.
She's that balance he needs. You give him that smile. You know
It's
that.
the one person
The
that
yin
takes
to his
care of
yang.
cats.
Yes,
I like
exactly. And
No, she loves the sheriff. She's
Yeah.
she's devoted to the sheriff because of what he did for her. So
yeah,
And you can just see that. It's like his tie to humanity. Like
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
I think he would have sold even more meth or helped whatever what the bad guys did. If he,
I think she kept him grounded. Absolutely. And he respects her for that. You know,
That was one of the
He
cool
doesn't
things.
want your fucking soup, but he respects you.
Yeah,
that's right. He's like, leave that fucking soup in the
Fuck
plants.
your
God
soup.
damn it.
That was one of the cool things
during
about.
that scene, I literally yelled out while I was watching it, "Fuck your soup!"
That was one
I
of the
was-
cool things
yeah.
after the episode that I was in was I got a little flack from friends about how I played Vampire 2. And then
Mhm.
Peter Anthony went on a rant. And he was like, he did it perfectly. Like, and for someone from Peter Anthony to say that about me was actually really, really cool.
oh yeah.
Aw.
He's
You-
a big softie. I love that guy.
You
Yeah.
fucking killed that part, Vlad. You really did. You couldn't have done it any better, man. Yeah, your facial expressions that we wanted you to play that vampire that was like hesitant
So
to
much
fucking
body
right.
acting.
yeah,
Right.
and your the way you took the bullet couldn't have been better.
The face dive.
Oh,
You
Perfect.
fell so well.
You sold that, dude.
I
That was
did.
so good. You should be.
You're
It
a
was
good.
great.
You're a good dyer.
I was just here.
I don't know what
You
we
die
call it.
well. You die
Yes, you
very
die well. You die
You're
well.
so
Cared
good.
I had no cares if my face smacked the pavement or that mattress, but I was going for it either way.
It's your acting
I'm-
debut, my friend.
We're sorry. We're sorry you hit the pavement.
Yes, we started. That's why
You
his
look
face
like
looks
that?
like that, you
Right
guys.
in my face.
Are you
Oh,
now?
sorry.
Oh, good grief.
So give us. I know we showed the trailer kind of half-assedly. I don't want to try that again because it screwed up so bad. But give us like kind of a rundown, or
Like
kind
a
of
synopsis.
synopsis of what we can expect.
In a world,
Be happy to.
where
Let's talk about it a little bit. So in Awaken to Darkness, we found out that Michelle, this our protagonist, woke up in the woods, had no idea what the hell was going on. She finds out that her father was murdered out there. For some reason, she didn't die. Voorhees is on her ass. She runs into a young girl out there, and they end up with the sheriff, and they find out that Elias is the father of Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, and they have a climactic showdown at the end of that. When we catch back up with her in the hunt, there's more to her character that you're going to keep finding out. But in the hunt, we find out that there's a lot to her, especially with her gifts. And if you've noticed in our films that each one of these characters has some kind of ability. These are our superheroes almost, right? If you're gonna attack titans, horror titans, you need to have characters that have some kind of skills that can do it, which is what the EOC is all about, which is the team that Hammer, that Chuck plays, put together from the short films. You're going to find out a little more as the thing goes on, but we've been building up to Freddy Krueger, and Freddy will be in the last film. That is what we've been striving for. And Krueger has a plan of all his own, and he's been kind of directing things to go the way he wants. So
Andrea's going to love that because that's her favorite Titan.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the classic Freddy Krueger that we know from the Nightmare series, or is he going to be altered at all? Or are we just going to see the pizza face?
If we can't do Krueger right, we weren't going to make this.
We won't be able to do it.
Yeah. That's the way it is. We have some luxuries with Voorhees that we played with his gear. What we thought our Voorhees should look like. We wanted to go with Sack Jason for as long as we could. We wanted to build up to the hockey mask, which we did in the hunt, if you've watched it. And
if you haven't, you should.
Yeah, and in the final film, you will see a Jason Voorhees that and you're used to. This was our way to build that character and show that, it wasn't just this undead thing. It was something that was out there that, had feelings, that gave a shit about his mom. And for some reason cared about Michelle, when he first met her. There was something about him wanting to have that mother figure. And the family aspect. And we came up with that with the shape. When we made that film, it was all about family. And we're like, well, fuck, you think of these characters, they all have family. So what if we made them family? Like, what would that be like? And how would Krueger be family to these characters? Is that possible? And lo and behold, we figured out a way to do it. So we'll see. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Popcorn, yellow strip. I don't know what that means.
It was supposed to probably be like an emoji or something. Oh, my butt just stuck to the seat.
Well, if you put on pants, your skin wouldn't stick.
I don't like pants. Want to see my new shark socks?
Oh, yeah.
These are my new shark socks.
Well done.
So I am wearing socks.
I'm glad your feet are not sticking to the floor.
Thanks. It's carpet.
Pants are for plebeians.
Oh, Michelle.
This is a no pants podcast.
I thought it was the way it's supposed to be every time. I never wear pants for the podcast. I did last week, but I usually don't. Pantsless podcast.
When do you start? When do you start filming for the Freddy Krueger addition to the story?
Fantastic.
We thought we'd write it first.
That's probably
I need it now.
I'd write it first.
Well, we have a script already done. Steve went ahead and jumped on it like ASAP early on. So we have a loose script
Nice.
Today,
It kind of rolled out of 2 though. It was more like we knew we were going to do these things. We're like, I think that's now in 3, so it's kind of like combined parts.
Yeah, and you knocked it out really quick. I jumped in there, and because we made some changes in the hunt that we had to correct in the final film, so I've been working on that a little bit today, and I think that storyline is going to really, if we can pull it off,
we can pull it off.
It's going to be really fun. It's really fun. And here's the funny thing, you guys. We literally have so many more ideas that keep dropping. Like Chuck had some ideas like the last couple of days. I'm like, okay, yeah, we can implement that. That would be a lot of fun if we.
That's the hardest part, honestly, is knowing what not to add in.
I know. It's crazy. What's this, Steven?
Yeah, he wants to know who's going to be at the Washington State Horror Con, and Aaron, will you be selling any Horrorverse merchandise at cons or online?
We need to probably start doing these cons.
Yes.
Yeah.
We really should.
And
but online, I can't remember if we have any right now already.
We have some. We have some. I'm not like super happy with them though, but they're still there.
We got to change it to our real Horrorverse logo. I think we still had like the original Horrorverse that we started doing stuff with that had like the 2-color font.
Yeah.
But we need to change it out to Steve's
newer version.
Horrorverse.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff.
An EOC shirt would be kind of fun.
I think an EOC. I'd buy one of those.
Yeah.
EOC's badass. I love those fuckers.
So eventually,
I love them.
We love
it. I'm just I'm fucking super happy that people are digging the story, because I was sitting there watching it when I was editing this thing, and I'm like, half the movie is all character development. It's pretty much story characters. And I'm like, God, did we give him enough Jason? Did we give him enough kills? Did we give him enough of this and that to hold them until the ending of the hunt? And people are watching. I'm seeing the statistics on there. The people are watching it all the way through. We're holding them, and I'm like, oh, thank fucking God, because I was so concerned about that, right? Because if you don't give people like these kills and deaths right away, and the Voorhees,
you really never know, too. I mean, it could have shit the bed as soon as it came out. I'm so happy that it's done as well as it has, but you never know.
You don't, yeah. And I think that's
I knew
our buildup. Well, I'm glad the buildup. Maybe those short films helped. Maybe the Awaken the Darkness helped.
Oh, I'm sure it did. People were chomping at the bit for more. Like the girls at my work. When's the next one going to be out? When's the next one going to be out? It's like, calm down, Jenny.
Right.
Calm down.
Calm down. 15
Hi, Jenny.
films in a month. Is easy. It takes a minute to do a 2.5 hour long feature.
Yeah,
it really does. Yeah, and we just gave birth, so it's kind of like asking, like, so when are we gonna have another one?
You gonna have another baby?
And I would imagine
that the episodic entrance that you guys did with the short episodes before the 3 main movies, I think that was a genius way to do it. Like,
hell yeah, I think so too.
Never really seen anything like that before in any kind of like universe or any kind of movie or series, and I just think it was a fresh take, and I think it did exactly what it was supposed to do, was hook people in, right? You hook them in for a 5 to 15 minute episode, depending on how long it is, and then they're like, what the fuck's happening? And
suck people in, and then they're just like yearning for more.
So episodes, and then boom, sledgehammer with a full length movie right across the face.
Yeah.
Was that Aaron and Chuck, or was that an Aaron, or like what was the original plan with that?
I don't remember.
When we first started creating the timeline, Aaron and I were both making dinner, and he was sending me ideas, and I was letting my food burn while he was cooking good on his shit, and I was creating this timeline and everything. And it was kind of like both of us had the idea. It's like to do an episodic thing, but then Aaron's like, "Well, what if we keep them really short and do one a month?" And the next thing you know, we started getting ready to create Hammer, and then boom, 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 boom. From January to August, we put out an episode every month for 8 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it took 4 months to make Awaken the Darkness. Everybody was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. 4 times as long, goddammit.
Side question for you, Charles. Are your dinners as extravagant as Aaron's are when you cook?
Yes and no. Because I both meal prep, so I'll make a bunch of food on Sunday to eat throughout the week. And I make some nice dinners throughout the week as I go.
Nice.
But like I'll eat chicken 3 times. I'll make pre-cooked chicken and rice 3 times out of the week. And Aaron can't eat the same thing the next day, unless it's a steak.
Yeah, I go to the store every day.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to.
How hard is it, like, working with characters that are so established? Like, was that a concern going into this, that you're taking Jason and Michael, and kind of like how people would accept that, and how you would like keep those characters not the same, right, as the previous movies, but utilize them in the same way? That's got to be pretty difficult.
It was. We had conversations about that. All three of us did, and Sam too, where we didn't want to shit on the OGs, right?
Right.
You can't do that, but at the
shit
same
on is
time,
such a hard way to put it too, because you can be like, anytime you're doing any kind of sequelized work. I mean, I think most of the conversations ended up being like Aaron and Chuck being like, Steve, fuck no, you can't do that. You cannot do that. Don't. And
true.
I like to like just fly shit at the wall.
Mhm.
And they were really good at going, no, that'll piss them off. And I'm like, wait, why would this piss them off and not this? And they'd just be like, because it will. They don't play with that.
I think
the best
they're
answer,
sensitive.
because it will.
Yeah, I think Steve actually wrote Jason saying a few lines in the movie, if I remember right.
Oh.
Originally. Yeah, I think you had him
We
saying
had-
"mama" or something, and I'm
we-
like,
Oh, yeah. No, but that
Yeah,
was
that's
as a
true.
kid. But yes.
We had a flashback Jason to where Jason walked by a mirror, and the mirror showed a younger Jason
had a
talking.
baby, like a child.
yeah,
baby.
I think that's what it was. And
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And
And
we
you
were
were like,
what the fuck?
And I think, I think it could have worked, but at the same time, we were already pushing it all with everything else we're doing without having a traditional Jason just chopping people up, and
I'm actually wondering like how that would have hit, because like if you do a flashback of Jason, like kind of like a flashback scene, and you have Jason walk by a mirror, and the reflection in the mirror is pre-drowning Jason,
right?
And
it was
something.
Yeah.
I feel like that actually may have hit well. I probably would have loved that.
If I remember correctly, like the original way it was going to be was, I think not doing it was smart. Honestly, they convinced me. But
It was just finding a mirror.
That was the hard part too. But
We
the
just
cool
don't have a
it was supposed to be Elias, like it was a flashback to him hearing Elias hurting and beating his mom.
Yeah,
and the rage and stuff in it, and I like it, but yeah, it was a good call.
Yeah,
that is such a gray area, because I could see where that would piss a lot of people off, right? Because Jason doesn't talk.
Well, look how pissed off people got with Rob Zombie's version of Halloween.
Right.
And I love Rob Zombie's
I
Halloween.
think it's
Like, I actually
fucking
think
I think it's great.
It's fucking fantastic, right?
Yeah.
But diehards can't stand it. They don't want to see Jason being
Gatekeepers.
The second
I
one,
I consider myself a diehard Halloween fan, and because it's one of my top favorite franchises, and I think what Rob Zombie did with Halloween was fucking fantastic.
It's brilliant.
loved all
I
the
think it just depends on your
backstory.
bendability. Like,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
tricky.
I
It's
wasn't a fan of the second one. The first one.
No, I didn't like the second one either, but the first one's fucking brilliant, man. I thought
so
what I
he did him, and he paid tribute to Carpenter perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think you've ever seen a more brutal Michael Myers than that film.
Right.
He was, the knife in the chest and the door. I mean, that's all cool stuff for the 70s. But when you're talking about 2008 or whatever it was, like, he was brutal as shit.
Yeah, and big as fuck. Just a badass. I fucking loved it.
I think the second one, the Rob Zombie second one, is cool for the fact that for most of the film, he just looks like a homeless Viking walking around.
Really?
I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
So, Patrick, now I gotta watch it.
Homeless Viking.
If you have Steve, if you use mushrooms every once in a while, if you eat some mushrooms before you watch the second one, it'll make more sense.
Oh,
I
Just
believe
microdose the second one.
Yeah. No, it's good. But our goal was to stay. Our goal was to stay true to those characters as much as we could, but just add a little bit of us to them.
To it.
Yeah, that's all.
Since
A great way of looking at it is you take the first two movies of each franchise. You get the first two Nightmares, you have the first two Halloweens, you have the first two Friday the 13th, and then that's where it breaks and goes up into it goes into the horrorverse version as opposed to whatever. Because people are commenting and be like, well, what about in 4 when I don't know, 4 never happened in our universe.
Right.
It's different.
Except
What
for
I
the phone.
noticed you didn't
Jason's
mention was the
not
first
old
two
for being
Chuckies. So I'm a little disappointed right there. You mentioned the first two Fridays, the first two Nightmares, the first two Halloweens, but you didn't say anything about the first two Chuckies.
And I'm throwing
That's
in
because
Jason X because I can.
Child's Play hasn't been incorporated yet. Neither has Scream. Neither has other things. But doesn't mean that it won't be, since hell is coming to this earth.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Chucky needs to be introduced.
Look, just because we have a 2-year-old with a perfect outfit that can run around and hold a knife and not hurt anybody, it's a thought.
It's actually true too.
It's true.
Yeah, I think at Nightmares, if when we get this out, people will be happy surprised about the cameos. You'll see.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm super stoked.
Yeah, because it is literally.
I love the
unearthed
little
on that one.
sneakers. I love the little sneakers Aaron would put in. Like I think I got 1 or 2 in there, but like Aaron having Dr. Sear, from Sixth Sense, and like a lot of the little ones. Those make me happy.
And I don't think many people caught that yet, which is
little
great.
Easter eggs.
Yeah, sorry to blow it, guys. But,
No, I love that. No, and I
No,
think that's something needs to be shared with people because I don't think they ever understand that. No one remembers that name.
Yeah,
but Chuck, please go check. You could.
Was.
Yeah. So Bill Reed Jr. plays a character that you've seen in episode. I think it was Bullet when we first introduced to him. He was the doctor or the scientist with Hammer.
Correct.
Yeah. His name is Dr.
I love Bill.
Yeah, Bill Reed
He's
Jr.
a sweetheart and a great actor.
Yeah, he's great, and
fantastic.
He has a little cameo in The Hunt with Chuck, and they're talking over the video screen. And Dr. Sears talked to him about someone who died, and that person is right over his shoulder. Well, Dr. Sear is the older version of the kid from Sixth Sense.
Yeah. And there's lots of stuff like that if you go looking for it, and I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of quick ones. Secretary Roth. That's the character. That's the girl, the remaining girl from Dust Till Dawn.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Juliette Lewis. Yep.
It helps that Sam kind of looks like Juliette Lewis too, but at the same time,
yes,
that's that character. She's the girl. She's grown up. Now she's one of the runners of the CIA.
And I can't remember if it made it in, but in episode 2, I think there's also, I don't know if he left it in, but I know that like there was a thing about an electrical outfit for somebody and like in the far background, and it was a shocker joke.
Yeah, it was a shocker.
Oh yeah. If you
guys
go back and listen to 2, when they enter the ship, Stone is doing all of the verbiage for everything. So we have 13 ghosts, we have Shocker, we have all these different things, talking about the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
All these elements.
And even Hammer talks about Pinker Pinker is in The Hunt. Hammer even says it. Yeah. So.
I think you guys should run a contest for the winner for anybody who can get all the Easter eggs. Once your final movie is out, just do an Easter egg promotion. So who can get all the Easter eggs to the entire thing? And winner.
We'd have to go find them all ourselves.
I know now we're do 5 of them.
But no, it's been fun. It's been fun implementing that stuff. But see, that's what's so cool about what we've been making and writing, and that's why it's hard to not. I mean, we honestly were going to say, okay, maybe if The Hunt doesn't do very well, maybe we won't make the final one. We'll just move on to do our original stuff and just Horrorverse was fun. But after this last 2 weeks, we're like, okay, maybe we need to.
I guess we're doing 3.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, I've been watching the views just rise like crazy.
Yeah, and it's all organic. I mean, I'm watching these statistics on YouTube, and it's not like click and no one's watching it. I mean, the average view is like 50-some minutes. So I mean, they're watching average pretty much the whole fucking thing, which is great. That's the highest one we've gotten so far, which is insane to me that someone's watching our movie from the beginning. And a lot of people watch it and they go, "Oh, this is great. The story's okay, but I don't understand this and this." And then someone will pop in and be like, "You need to go back and watch all of them, motherfucker." You know, you got to watch all of them to get it. And then they're like, "Oh," and then next thing you know, that person is commenting on every fucking single episode as they watch it.
It's so cool.
It's fun. So even though they jump in on the hunt, you know, and they didn't know that there was 9 episodes before, they go back and watch them, which is kind of cool.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
It's fun, man. It's fun to see people kind of enjoy the work you did and get it. You know, we make stuff for people that get it. You know, if someone doesn't get it, then we didn't make it for you. Fuck off. We don't care. But if they like it, that's the audience we wanted to find. You know?
I really think you guys should enter into the Crypticon film viewings that they do during the con. I think a lot of people would enjoy sitting there and watching your guys' horrorverse during Crypticon. And I don't know how the booking thing there works. You guys got it's a big project, so I'm sure it'll have to be divided into different segments throughout the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But I would kill to see you guys enter those movies into the Crypticon movie little, I don't know what they call it.
It would be fun. Yeah, I don't even know how that stuff works, man.
I like what Steven Belzer brought up, though. He said he'd love to see The Thing and how it would be incorporated in the horror movie.
Yeah,
and what you guys would make The Thing look like.
Whew. Boy, if we had the money, I'd do it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I instantly think of a cheat because I've got a beautiful white German Shepherd that's available to me.
Yeah, you do.
Put blood all over and then bounce it off into a silhouette of it.
There you go.
Swamp,
such a nice puppy,
or something like that.
I just cry for the amount of work I would end up having to do.
Yeah, you'd be
doing all the digital effects. I'd be like, "Oh Jesus Christ!" It'd be so fun.
And they hate on it because it's got to be practical if it's a thing.
And I'd be making the same argument. Honestly, I'd be like, "Nope, we get out the paper towels and the latex or the liquid latex. Let's get her done."
Latex and start stretching it out.
Yeah,
you're right.
The foam pipe. The pipe.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, it's been fun, but you know
very similar to what we did for the that Real Fiction Studios did for us with all the
Evil Dead.
Oh, the rapey branches.
The branches.
Yeah, the rapey branches. That was a lot of fun. I think that was one of my favorite times filming with you guys.
Spray foam.
You guys killed that. That was so good. It was
so
perfect.
fun.
It was so perfect. It's so cold out when we filmed that. Remember how cold it was?
Oh my god, it was freaking horrible.
14 degrees. Jesus. And I couldn't convince her to come back to do something inside. So
yeah, that was a great time.
I wanted to stick Natalie right next to me while we shot that scene with me speaking to her ghost in the hunt.
Oh, in the hunt, yeah.
But unfortunately, it was the weekend that she wasn't available.
That's all right.
She was so good in that. Like I wish we could just take 2 minutes and say everybody's amazing, but you know. It like all the little, I say little roles, the smaller roles.
Yeah.
People just
supporting roles.
Yes.
Supporting roles. It's like, I mean, we were talking about Bill Reed in the newest one, and like Tank. My God, what's his name? Peter.
Peter.
Like with these, I mean, minute-long roles, and they're
and they
it's
stick.
just really neat. It's so cool to get to work with so many people.
Yeah,
I want to point out that obviously filming with you guys was like my first time. I was super impressed by Giovanni. Like that dude came like ready to go, had the look, like the fight scene with Tank was perfect.
Yeah,
like that kid actually really, really impressed me. Everyone did, but I thought
nice.
I love you.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you. So after Peter Anthony hurt his knee, he was supposed to have a big part in the hunt, but he couldn't do what he needed to do for his role.
Right.
So we had to figure out and change the script to still implement Peter with his injury. But we still needed an EOC member to be a part with us because we need 5.
Right.
You need 5 to go after Voorhees. I don't know why, but you need 5. Okay. And then the first thing that popped in my head was Giovanni. I was like, the guy is just legit. and we came up a brand new character. He came in and fucking owned it.
Yeah.
Playing Catch, he fucking
he's rad.
owned it, and he just had this newbie storyline that I loved, and I was like, this would be great with the veteran EOC guys. And I think we debated on to kill him or not, and I axed that. I'm like, no, we got to keep him alive.
I know, and it's hilarious too because he was. I won't say who, but there was somebody we were arguing about not killing, and I kept making the point. And I'm like, okay, fine, fuck it, we'll kill him. And then he's like, no, we can't kill him. I like him now.
Aww.
He's got a story arc. We got to give him full circle. He's got to have full circle. Yeah. He's got to have it. And we wanted to make sure in the hunt that he completed a mission, which he did. Yeah. But he also feels responsible for something. And if you watch the hunt, you'll see that he makes a few mistakes when Hammer goes down. And that's what I wanted for him. So there's this guilt now on his shoulder. And I think that going into Nightmares will really bring a different side of Giovanni out. I wanted to give him a chance to fucking be a badass because he's just legit. He really is. Yeah, I love that guy. And he's great.
You'll be seeing a lot more of him from our stuff.
Yeah, he's the nicest
lovely
he's
human
being.
Fun.
He's so fun to work with, man.
He really is.
He keeps using the same GIF, but I'm trying to get over it.
I just hate that.
He does that.
I know, but it's cool because it's a Mexican GIF. He can get away with it. I use the same Tupac one all the time.
Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on. I need to eat dinner. Aaron, Charles, Steve. It's always a blast talking to you guys, and I can't wait for Nightmare. I know it's gonna just knock my socks off.
Well, we try to go.
Are you wearing shark socks?
Oh,
currently I'm not wearing socks.
Well, I'm not wearing pants, so.
What was your guys' overall take of the hunt? I mean, you're sitting there asking us all
did you watch it?
The movie, but what?
Oh yeah, I watched it. I watched it 1.5 times. So.
I watched it once.
I loved it.
It was amazing. I really liked it.
Yeah, I loved it.
The story was amazing. The acting was phenomenal. And Jason Voorhees. How do you not like Jason? I don't think that I've seen except for X, there's not a Jason Voorhees movie I've seen I didn't like.
Dude, whatever. Jason X is right.
You don't like X?
I love it so goddamn much.
Face is just too weird.
I love that movie. So I have only, and I'm going to get smacked in the face for this, I've only seen half of it so far. I started watching it and then life happened. And then after that we flew out for the weekend to go to Halloween Horror Nights. So I've only made it halfway through.
We love you anyway, bro.
So far what I've watched, I love. I could probably tell you how much I love it without finishing it, just because of how much I respect your guys' work already up to it. So I know the second half of it is going to be just as enjoyable for me as the first half was.
Enjoyful or enjoyable? Did you say enjoyful?
I like both.
I might have because I
heard it both ways.
I like to make up words.
Enjoyful. I think that should be a word. Enjoyful. It's freaking great.
I bought it.
And you can use it when you're not kicking Chucky because he's
sweet.
Unkicking.
That's right.
Right. You see a
Not
small
about you,
person in the
Charles.
way background in 3. Just a little redhead dude.
No, I can't say enough good stuff about your guys' work. So you know how I feel about you guys. You know how I feel about your work. Stand on the fucking mountaintop and preach to the world that you guys do amazing shit. So
I've seen him do it.
Thank you.
I witnessed it in person.
Well, let us know when you finish it because I think you'll really like the second half a lot.
Yes, I most definitely will. Faux show.
Well, thank you guys.
Wait, we have one more question. Wait, we got one more question before we go. Let me post it.
Vlad's really hungry, man.
He can wait.
Oh, Steven, no, not right now.
Save your money.
We did have one.
We're going to need it, so hold on.
Yeah.
But
enjoyable. I love it.
I think next year, if we will probably be doing another campaign for the final.
Oh yeah.
To see if we can get this done right. So,
and if not for this more directly, just keep up with us because we have other projects coming.
Absolutely.
At the same time. So
always.
Real quick, I just want to point out we will not have a show next week because I will be in Maryland.
Are you watching the
visiting
game?
family, going to a
Yeah.
3-day concert.
Sweet.
So
Have fun.
enjoy the week off, and
All right.
we'll see you next time. Can I get my cowbell?
Oh, where's the cowbell? Oh, hold on. I think I dropped it. Oh, I found it. Hold on.
I gotta have more cowbell.
What's going on?